Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome back to Youth to Gold here on Cricket Captain 2024. In the last episode, we introduced you to the concept. Today, we're going to be kicking on. We've got a couple of games here. If we go to our, not domestic tables, that's not what I want to look at. If we go to the fixtures and results, we won our only fixture that we played in the last video. I dare say we'll probably get through 3 to 4 games today. So we've got, I believe, Middlesex at home, Glamorgan at home, Leicestershire away, and then Gloucestershire at home. So that'll take us through to the end, well, to the 17th of May, basically, and we're currently on the 12th of April. If we have a look at the team that we selected for our first game, we can see that there is a little problem right here between Robert Keogh and McManus. Robert Keogh scored 2 and 1 against Sussex, which thankfully we won because that is not the kind of thing we would normally like out of our middle order. He's actually a very good player, averages just over 30 and can bowl a little bit, has a 9 foot to his name, so he's not the worst player in the world. However, when we look at Lewis McManus, he's currently 29 years of age. He got 2 ducks in a row, which I'm actually going to drop him. I know we've only played the one game so far, but we don't really have another wicketkeeper. But fortunately, Vasconcelos, who is currently in good form, is a wicketkeeper as well. So we are going to bring in Bartlett. He's going to play in the top order. We're probably just going to drop everybody down a peg, bring Bartlett up to 5, Proctor can bat at 6, Keogh can bat at 7. Everybody else largely going to remain the same. The bowlers were awesome. Our wonder kid that we signed in the off-season, Chris Follett, not too bad on debut, got a 50, was a little disappointing in the second innings. I'm hopeful we can get some more runs out of him today. And now that we are currently playing a home game, we've got access to our home fixtures, we can ask our pitch groundsman what kind of pitch we want to play on. And we are going to play on the seamers wicket. I think with the 3 fast bowlers that we do have that average under 25, being Tremaine, Sanderson and White, we can get a lot done. Scrimshaw, he's only played the 9 first-class games, he's actually got a cap for England's one-day team, but he is 26 and is very expensive in terms of his economy, so we're going to try and help him out as much as we can. Our top order, apart from Nair and potentially Follett in the future, we've really got not that many standout players, so my rationale thinking for success here is we bowl as well as we can and try and get as many runs as we can. Obviously, we're going to win with our bowling rather than our batting is basically what I'm trying to say. We've got the toss here with Northamptonshire and Middlesex on this pitch. We can see that it is very bouncy. That is due to the fast bowling conditions we have selected, but it is also going to be basically rainy for most of day 4, if not all of day 4. So this is a toss we'll probably want to win and then bowl for 2 days and hopefully win by an innings. That is ideal scenario, but we'll call heads on the toss. Hopefully we win and we lose. That is not a good start to the video. And as we go down the Middlesex lineup, we can see here Sam Robson, who's born in Australia but did play Test cricket for England, has a Test century to his name. Lewis Deploy got 240 odd against Glamorgan. We checked that out in the last video. Mark Stoneham's previously played Test cricket for England, but he's getting a bit older now. Eskenazi, I can't say I'm too familiar with your work. Max Holden's all right. Toby Rowland-Jones, former Test cricketer. Ethan Bamber, no, he never played Test cricket. I thought he might have, but they've got a decent lineup. So hopefully we can do as well as we can. We'll meet you guys at the innings break, and hopefully we haven't disgraced ourselves at this first time. Okay, end of the first innings. Basically went as well as I possibly could have hoped. We had them 5 for 99 before lunch, and they've now just gotten all out for 204. Max Holden led the way with 52 off 89. There was a few plays and misses in there. He's been playing a bit of cricket. I believe that is in Bangladesh, maybe Pakistan. I don't know, in the T20s. But everybody apart from White, I'm not counting Proctor here, only bowled the 2 overs, got wickets. Chris Tremaine, 357. Benny Sanderson, 4 for 34 was the best bowler. Scrimshaw, still expensive, but did pick up 3 for 49. White wasn't a bad bowler by any means. He ended up none for 43, but this pitch definitely helped us out a lot. As you can see, very bouncy. The wear, I'm not too worried about, as we don't really have a spinner unless you count Keogh, which to be perfectly honest. He's not a frontline spinner, so I'm not going to count him at this point. But I'm very happy with how this first innings has gone. I'm hopeful that we can bat well enough that we can get a sizable lead. If not, it'll be very sad otherwise. Okay, we're now all out. We haven't got as big of a lead as I would have liked. We're currently leading by 55, but considering where we were at one point, we were 5 for 151 and then 7 for 200. So to finish all out for 259, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Toby Rowland-Jones led the way for Middlesex. 4 for 67, was really good with the ball. Helm got 3, Bamber 2, and Dick Hares with 1. Follett was really the only decent scorer. There was a lot of players that got off to really good starts, especially in the middle order, but just couldn't convert into half centuries and centuries. Follett ended up with 74, got bowled around his legs by Rowland-Jones for 74, 9 fours and a 6, averaging a touch under 50. Just ignore that average. He currently doesn't have any not outs at this point in time, but he was really, really good in this innings, but just couldn't convert into that 100 once again. And as we look at things around the grounds while we sort of wait for the start of the next innings, we'll go to Leicestershire and Sussex. It appears there have been some time lost due to rain. Leicestershire currently 5 for 128. I should mention it's just around the middle of day 2. So I dare say this one between Leicestershire and Sussex is going to be a draw. Same deal here with Gloucestershire and Yorkshire. They've lost about 5.5 hours. And then Glamorgan and Derbyshire have also lost about 4 hours. Derbyshire have just gotten all out for 205. So we're the only one that's not lost any play yet, at least in Division 2. I'm not going to pay attention to Division 1 that much. Maybe towards the end of the season where, relegation and promotion comes into it if we're around that mark. But hopefully our match isn't affected by weather too much. If we can knock them all out for under 200, very similar to what we did in the first innings, I think we're a real shot at a result here. There's an hour to go in the second session of day 2. So we're thinking if we can bowl them out, possibly early day 3, and then chase down whatever we have to in the back end of day 3, because I don't think we're going to get any play on day 4. I think that'll be good. But the focus is on the fast bowlers right now to do a job. We don't have any youth fast bowlers, which might have been a mistake for the content. But I'm doing what we can with what we have, so hopefully we can get a result here. Basically did exactly what I wanted to do. We got them all out for just under 200, 199 all out, halfway through the start of day 3. We look at the bowling card. Again, good variety of bowlers. Scrimshaw took 4 in the second innings to go with his 3 in the first innings. He was really good, but again, expensive. Tremaine and Sanderson took 2 apiece. White, again, not in the wickets, but Keogh, the pitch, just a little start to turn. We gave him 4 overs before the end of day 2, and he was able to pick up 2 wickets in that middle order. He picked up Davies and the key wicket of Duploy. He was 77, and I was a little worried that he was teeing off, but we ended up getting him out, which was good. Keogh did go for just under 6 and over, but we did get them all out, which was the goal. And if we go around the grounds once again, more time lost for all the games. So I dare say there won't be a result except for our game, which is going to be really good for us because that means we're going to get points for a win where everybody else will get points for draws. Very, very important. We need 145 to win. The pitch is not friendly. We look very uneven. It is starting to turn, but we've got plenty of time left today and the conditions are going to be pretty good. So 144 in 2.5 sessions, 145 I should say. Should be doable. Fingers crossed nothing terrible happens. We've got 5 runs to win. Follett's currently on 49. Nair is on 5. Who's going to hit the winning runs? I have no idea. Follett can get his half century. That would be great. Back-to-back half centuries for Follett. There is now only 1 run to win. And ideally he can be there at the end, although he might be out here. No, he's hit it over the wicketkeeper's head. It's a top edge for 4. And Northamptonshire have won by 8 wickets. Fantastic result. Follett, he's had a fantastic start to his county cricket career. 3 centuries in 4 games. Sorry, 3 50s in 4 games. Currently averaging 67.33. Solid strike rate as well. He's even got a catch sitting under the helmet of the fast bowlers. Nair couldn't get another half century, unfortunately, but he is off to a very good start this season as well. If we have a look, he's currently averaging 66. But our top order, or our opening batsman, I should say, Vasconcelos and Gay, again, misfired. A little bit concerned. Both Gay's averaging under 30. Vasconcelos at least got a 50. And he's got a better career average. So that'll just be something to keep an eye on. Obviously, the rest of the batsmen were not required. But that is game over for us. First game of the episode done. Northamptonshire win by 8 wickets. Leicestershire and Sussex, that match was drawn. No surprise there. Sussex also did bat very well. Tom Clark got a very nice 165, a career high 165 for him. No real standout performers for Leicestershire. If we go to Yorkshire, that match was also a draw with Harry Brook getting player of the game with a not out 160. Obviously doing very, very well. And then Derbyshire also drew with Glamorgan, with Kame getting player of the game with his century at the top of the order, just his 3rd career century. Very good work by all teams. I mean, mainly us, but all teams able to survive draws and not lose in the rain, except for Middlesex, they lost. And with that result, we are currently top of the table. As we can see, all the other teams, bar Middlesex, drew their games, and the bowling points, as well as the wins, is what's setting us up. We are yet to get a player to score a century. That will be a goal of mine, to get one of my players to score a century. We've had so many half centuries so far, so many good starts, but no centuries yet. It will get done by the end of the episode. I won't promise it, but it will get done. We had a small injury to Raza, although I do think he is not in the squad. He's an international player for Zimbabwe who is a 20 over player only, so not too worried about it. I'm just going to keep the same 11, I think. There's no real need to change it. If we look at the current year, Keogh isn't doing great with the bat, but he did pick up 2 wickets in that last match. We may as well keep him around. Bartlett was good in the first innings. Proctor's been good at number 6. Follett and Nair could not be happier with those guys. Obviously, if they can get 100, that'd be awesome. White is currently got 3 wickets at 41, which isn't fantastic. And the top 2 opening batsmen could be changed, but really we don't have a replacement until Follett becomes a full-time opener. So I think we just keep it as is for now. We've got Glamorgan at home, who obviously lost their last match. It is going to be very overcast, this one. This will be a bowls first if we can. We win the toss. Sorry, we lose the toss, and they've put us into bowl. Marnus is in this team. Who else is in this team that I know? Billy Root, brother of Joe Root, is in the team. Mason Crane's in this team. Sam Northeat, who got like a 400 a couple of seasons ago, he's in the team. Marnus, who we spoke of, and he's not who I thought he was. But anyway, they've got some good players. Mir Hamza's also in this team. He's played a few tests. But yeah, similar story to the last game. If we can get a good result here with the ball, I mean, looking at this forecast, anything other than the draw would be a miracle. Let's go to the predictor. It's looking at 46% Glamorgan win, 38% us, 16% draw. Now, I'd probably give a little bit more to the draw, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can do something decent with the ball. Glamorgan all out for 251. Really good tail bowling by Tremaine and Scrimshaw. They were awesome. If we look at the bowling card, there was a bit of a partnership in the middle order between, I believe it was Root and Carlson. Really good partnership of 86 runs there. And then the tail just sort of, it wagged between sort of, actually no, it didn't really wag all that much. There was a little partnership between 6 and 7 of about 23 runs, but then, yeah, did not really do much there. We had them 3 for 43, which turned into 5 for 188. Scrimshaw again with the 4 wickets. Sanderson got 1, Tremaine got 2, White again, no wickets, so we might need to consider his place for the next match, unless he comes up big in the second innings. But it was actually Keogh and Proctor that broke that partnership in the middle of the innings. Really happy with Keogh, especially ended up with 2 for 32. But yeah, very, very good. Follett also a couple of catches at Silly Point. That is not what I wanted to click on, but very happy with how we went here. The conditions are still not very good for batting. Yeah, it's going to be miserable. Unless we can bat for a long time, this is probably, yeah, either going to be a rained out draw or a very, very short game. We will see what happens, and hopefully Follett and Nair can continue their good form, because I do not have a lot of faith in anybody else on this team with the bat. End of our first innings, and apart from our top four, excluding Emilio Gay, our top was sort of Vasconcelos, Follett and Nair. Everybody else was absolutely shocking. White got a few boundaries towards the end of the innings, which was very nice, but all out for 282. We have a small lead of 31 runs with an hour and a half left to go on day 2. Follett was looking really good for a century, but ended up getting caught at slip for 81. 4 centuries or 4 half centuries now to his name, and no triple figures, which is very, very sad. But a very good looking average, which I suppose is the main thing, but scoring hundreds is the name of the game. But we have a lead on the first inning. Sussex and Gloucestershire have lost some time due to rain. 5.5 hours lost. Bo Webster getting a half century, not doing too bad. And Middlesex have also lost a bit of time. They're currently 8 for 311. Derbyshire have also lost 5.5 hours. So we, again, despite it being quite overcast, have not lost any time due to weather. In other news, New Zealand is currently, well, New Zealand beat Pakistan, I should say, by 1 wicket in a 20 over game, with Trent Boult picking up Pfeiffer. So that was very nice. It's on the bowlers now to hopefully do something half decent in the next session, and then obviously bowl them out for a reasonably low total. I'm going to make them bowl very aggressively, and hopefully this game doesn't get away from us. This is the exact opposite of what I wanted to happen, and to be perfectly honest, we were kind of due. The bowlers have been so good so far in this series, and they absolutely got just absolutely spanked by Marnus, Byram, Billy Root, Cook, all got half century plus. Marnus with 130 led the way. Scrimshaw was absolutely terrible. 1 for 131 off 21 overs. Economy rate of 6.24. White did pick up 2 wickets, which was good. Keogh picked up the final 2 wickets of the innings and is currently on a hat-trick. Sanderson was really good. 4 for 75 of his 27. Tremaine, not his best performance, but still wasn't the worst. But Scrimshaw, yeah, not very good. We now have to chase 394 in just over a day. There's 41 minutes left in day 3 with a lot of rain predicted for day 4. I don't really want to play for the draw, but if it looks like it's going to go that way, I'll obviously have to. But we'll just wait and see what happens. I don't think we're going to chase down 400 in these conditions. Unfortunately, we lose this one by 270 runs. We did not bat well whatsoever. Rob Keogh led the way. We lost a lot of early wickets. We were 5 for 63 at one point when Keogh came in, and yeah, when I think Proctor got out, we basically got him to face every ball. He stayed there for quite a while, batted for just about 2 hours, only scored the 20 runs. Rain did look like it was coming. We only lost maybe 2 hours due to rain. But Hamza, 5 for 42 was really good. Mason Crane got 3 for. Van der Gutten, I don't really know how to say that name. He got 2. And Cisodia was really economical but didn't pick up any wickets. Unfortunately, we lose our first match of the series. Yeah, we just lost over 2.5 or 2 and a bit hours. Gloucestershire drew their game with Sussex. Tommy Clark got another 160. Back-to-back 160s for him. Doing very nicely, but it was Mahmud, with the player of the game, finishing 134, not out. Glamorgan obviously beat us. Yorkshire got the victory over Middlesex. Dom Best, player of the game, with 4 for 79, and Derbyshire beat Leicestershire by 214 runs, with Wayne Madsen getting player of the game honours. That loss puts us back into 3rd place, which, you know, considering how much we got beaten by it, not the worst place in the world to be. We still haven't drawn a game, which, you know, we can't say that for most other teams. Obviously, the only other team to not draw is Middlesex. So we'll continue on now. Who do we have? We have Leicestershire away. I've got a feeling they're pretty low on the table, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they haven't won a game yet. So I'm feeling quietly confident that we should be okay. Now, if we look at the current state of affairs. I think we drop Bartlett. I don't know who 4 is the only thing. White, it says he hasn't been bowling well, but he does have a good record. We could maybe give Alex Russell a spin. His career numbers aren't great. What's the conditions? Could be okay if we bat first. So we'll put Russell in. He can bat at 11. I wouldn't really mind adding another spinner. We could go Zabe as an alternate to Bartlett and then promote Keogh and Proctor. We could do that and sort of play with the 7 bowlers, which really isn't necessary, but we might be batting a little thin is the only thing. But yeah, our batting stocks aren't great right now. Patel, 18 years of age, says he's in good form. Has a couple of half centuries to his name. So I think we'll stick with this for now. Follett, averaging 60, yet to get 100. It is on my list of things to do. We'll see how we go. Conditions are looking pretty good except for that sort of afternoon session of day 1. If we can bat first, I think we are going to be in a good position. Time for the toss. We have won the toss, thankfully. We are going to bat first. They've got a pretty solid opposition if we look at their lineup. They got Marcus Harris. Who else do I recognize? Ben Cox has been around for a long time. Scriven is a name that I recognize. He's got a decent record. Chris Wright, very, very good first-class record, has 600 wickets to his name. But this is a pitch that probably has a lot of runs in it. It's not very good for the bowlers right now, but hopefully over time it will wear on the longer we bat. So hopefully we can get a decent first innings score today. Follett's on 97. There it is! The first 100 of Cricket Captain 2024. It's a runnable 100 for Chris Follett. Our first wonder kid has his first 100 after a very good run of form without one. Finally has his first career 100. But yeah, apart from Chris Follett, so far, nobody's done anything. I just wanted to show that little bit off. He's been so good so far in this innings. Vasconcelos has been amazing. Gay and Vasconcelos had a really good opening stand of over 100. Then Follett came in. Nair went for a duck. Proctor's currently in. Ordinarily, I wouldn't stop halfway through an innings to see how things are going. But since Chris Follett has been trying so hard to get 100, he has finally got one. I will now see you at the end of the innings. With the innings now at a close, Northamptonshire posted, I believe, their highest score of the season so far, 348 all out in just 87.2 overs. We've still got half an hour to go in day 1. But the star of the show was Chris Follett. 117 off, how many balls was in the end? 112 balls. Career strike rate now 71.1. For someone who is only an average aggression batsman, that is pretty good. Pretty happy with his work. Vasconcelos made a very good 75, his second half century of the season. His current average on the year is just, or would be actually a little bit less than 36. But bowling wise, Scriven picked up 4, as did Mulder. Wright chipped in with 2. No other wickets going to any of the other bowlers. But if we have a look at Follett now, his career average is 69.5, 104 50s to his name. Very happy with his start to his career. Vasconcelos, as I said, currently averaging just about his average, actually 31.57 on the season, 31.69 for his career. Nair, unfortunately, got a duck. He's currently averaging a 47 on the season. Obviously, it's still early days. We'll have a look at the Gloucestershire Middlesex score, Middlesex currently lead by 229 runs, and Derbyshire are 3 for 260 after Harry Kane got out for 99. He's off to a very good start this season as well. He's currently averaging 65. It's all about what we can do with the ball, though. They've got a very good opening pair in Harris and Patel. The pitch, not really doing much for the batsmen. That's probably why we got a half-decent score. Excuse me, not doing much for the bowlers. Why we got a half-decent score. Hopefully we can pick up some wickets before the end of day's play. And hopefully we have a lead by the time we bat again. We have a small lead at the end of Leicestershire's first innings. 6 runs is the lead. They batted very, very well. We did have them 5 for 186 before the back end of their innings actually did quite well. Holland for them, who's batting I think at number 9, got 47 not out. Travaskis, that's really hard to say. He got 44. Cox got 52. Hill led the way with 56. But it was actually Alex Russell that led the way with the wickets. 2 of those wickets did come at the end of the innings. So, you know, take of that what you will. But he bowled well. Scrimshaw got the first 2 wickets and then was a little expensive after that. Tremaine and Sanderson were very good with the new ball as well. Keogh didn't get his hat-trick, unfortunately, but did get a wicket in his first over and then was a little mediocre after that. In terms of everything else, weather is starting to come, which is not ideal. It's actually right on the brink of day 2. So if we can bat for most of day 3, get some good runs on the ball, on the board, I should say, try and score as quickly as we can. That way we'll be able to put ourselves in a position to bowl them out quickly on day 4. Fingers crossed that can happen, and I'm actually just going to make sure we don't lose a wicket before the end of day's play, which we don't, which is great. We're going to start day 3 nice and fresh. Hopefully we can get a good score here in the 3rd innings. Can the Wonder Kid make it back-to-back hundreds in this match? Yes, he can. He has done very well. And then he gets dropped by the wicketkeeper. Oh, that is shameful. Who's keeping in this game? We'll have to look at that in a minute. But Follett, back-to-back hundreds. He's got both of his first-class hundreds in this game. What a start to his career. He has to be a future England superstar. Cox is the wicketkeeper. Disgusting. And it is a disappointing end to this innings after another 117, actually. Back-to-back 117s for Chris Follett. We were 2 for 215 to go all out for 263. We were really looking strong in the top order, and then everybody else went, nah, all good. Absolutely terrible. Just absolutely stunk the joint up. Just, no, not happy with it whatsoever. But we have a lead of 269. They need 270 to win. I am not feeling confident in this endeavor. The weather is on our side, which is good. The conditions aren't too bad. I just don't think we have enough runs on the board to win. But I have been proven wrong before. I am hopeful that our bowlers can get the job done. Is this going to be the final wicket we need? Yes, it is. Russell gets right. Who's taking the catch? It's Nair that takes the catch. We win by 42 runs. It wasn't looking good for a while. I can't remember who it was. It was Marcus Harris. That's who it was. Was really, really going for it before the end of day 3. He got out for 65. We took the first 4 wickets before the end of day 3, which was crucial. And then we got a wicket early on day 4. We get them all out for 227. Everybody contributed with the ball. Tremaine got 1. Sanderson picked up 3 for 51. Really good. Scrimshaw was good but expensive. Russell bowled the most overs, 4 for 87. I believe that might be career best figures for him. Let's actually have a look. No, he's got a 7 for 84. Ignore me. But he was very good. Follett, obviously player of the game for his back-to-back 117s. Middlesex beat Gloucestershire by 260. Cracknell got a 172. He was very good in just his 8th game. And then Derbyshire beat Yorkshire with Guest getting 165 in the first innings and then leading the run chase, winning by 7 wickets. And that win again puts us in promotion territory. We are in the top 2. We are still 11 points behind Derbyshire, who haven't lost yet. We've obviously lost. Glamorgan and Sussex are yet to play, so they're still a game behind. But I like where we're positioned right now. Razar's been selected for Zimbabwe for the 20-over competition. I said I was going to do 4 games, but I'm actually a little tired, so we're only going to do the 3 today. I hope you don't mind. But that is going to do it for today. Next episode, we're actually got 3 more county championship games, and then we're into the Vitality Blast. It actually works out pretty well. We're going to go 3 games, Vitality Blast. But we will continue forward just to see what happens. We've got more coaching and fielding and training, etc. Keogh improves his bowling technique. Vasconcelos improves his wicket keeping. That's always nice. We're going to look at things here. Follett is currently averaging 76 for his career. That will drop. And also, just to remember, we are in Division 2. So going up against Division 1 talent, that will obviously drop. But everyone else has been very good so far this season. Vasconcelos has been good. Gay could be improved. Nair's averaging 50. Proctor has been okay. Hasn't been good with the ball. Keogh's been terrible with the bat, but has been really good with the ball. Zabe, not good. And then the bowlers, I mean, apart from White, all of the bowlers have been really good. Scrimshaw's going at about 5 runs and over, which isn't ideal. But I can't complain with the efficiency that we're getting wickets. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Next episode, we're going to do 3 county fixtures. One against Gloucestershire. I should probably look up who the other games are going to be if I can find them. So as I said, we've got Gloucestershire, and then away at Derbyshire, and then home against Yorkshire. And then we've got the entire Vitality Blast, a couple of county fixtures, and then we've got the rest of the Blast as well. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!